So, mid-March, um, I lost my dad. And during that week, I obviously spent so much time with my family. And I remember when us all with us all being together, we kept saying to each other that our lives are just never gonna be the same. Like after this moment, like everything's going to be different. Everything's going to change. And obviously, we had no idea what kind of change or impact or how we were going to take it individually. Like, no one fully knew, understood. Like, I mean, I don't feel like you'll ever like fully get like the gravity of like losing a parent, a grandparent, a partner. Like, you'll never know how you are going to feel in that moment. You will never know. Um, my dad and I didn't have the best relationship, and like at all. And I also I have footage of like one of our first like fights. Like we just did not, we butt heads all the time. It was I'm not gonna get into it, but um he raised us. Like my dad is over 40 years older than me because they had me like late stage in life. And growing up, he would always like talk about like how things would be when he passed, and we should be grateful for him because he'll pass at any moment. We'll never know like when he's gonna go. And like he will always like say these things, and I don't know if he like said it to prepare us, but I feel like he also kind of said it to like guilt us into like being kinder and nicer to him or giving him like. But I would always think about like I am I have parents who are so much older than me, and there is definitely going to be a time in my life where they are just not going to be there. And I would think about it, and obviously absolutely heartbroken about it, but I never fully like knew how I would feel when I got to this point. All that said, being at this point, everything sucks. Everything is horrible. Like I don't want to cry. 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 I I feel like I am failing at being a person now because I feel like I need to be like a regular member of society. I'm supposed to have all of my shit together. I'm supposed to have like all these savings. Like I remember when my dad passed, I had to take off like 2 or 3 weeks because losing him is hard. It still is hard. And thankfully I had a friend who set up a GoFundMe, so like it was able to pay off like my rent for that month and some bills, which was great. Um but like I didn't really have savings then, and I picked up a second job in order to help me like pay for things. And so I'm like trying to work these two jobs after like the 2 3 weeks passed. I'm like trying to work two jobs, trying to balance, navigate, and having to be social and spend time with people and be communicative and to have people like not look at me as if I'm like fragile baby being, you know. I'm like trying to be like okay, or as okay as I feel like I could be. I'm playing Sims also because I need something else to do because I'm again trying not to cry. But I feel I've just been struggling. I've been struggling to keep up with all of my payments and all my bills and all the monies that I owe, and I'm struggling with my friendships and my family. I feel like I am failing at being social. I feel like I'm failing at being as caring as I usually want to be. I feel like everything I have been doing, I'm just like letting everyone in my life down. I feel like everyone's celebrating things like birthdays, weddings, graduations, and I feel like I need to be there to support everybody and like make sure everyone's taken care of. But then I forget to take care of myself, and then I get like really depressed. And I also have been like shutting down a lot more lately, or like completely disassociating. And I remember like around the time that my dad passed, and even like up until like I feel like everyone kept asking me like, Janae, like if you need anything, let me know. Like if you need anything, just tell me, like what do you need, like let me know. And I had no idea what I still don't even know what I need. Like, I'm still like, this is new. I've never experienced this before, obviously, and I don't know what I need. And even like I've experienced like loss. Like one of my best friends, she passed during the pandemic, and I didn't know what I needed then either, but it took time for me to but I also had time to myself. Like, what I really genuinely need is time to myself, to lay in bed for as long as I need to get on my long walks, to like stroll in a museum, to like put on a flowy dress and lay in the park. Like, I want to do like mindful things, but I also don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to be around people. I've been so, I got so anxious. I've gotten so much more anxious since my dad passed. Like, before he passed, I was already going through something that led me to having like panic attacks, and like I was just having a really bad and shitty relationship with someone that I was really close to, and they betrayed my trust, and I just felt like shit. I felt like shit, and I was like trying to like get my everything together, and then next thing you know, my dad passes, and so I'm trying to be like, to process this big feeling thing, and now I have another big feeling thing, and I'm just like, I feel overwhelmed all the time. And then I decided to, I also have ADHD, so I've been trying to like get back on my meds, and I'm wondering if like maybe if I focus on the fact that I have ADHD and try and be more productive, because I need to be making more money. Like, my job cut hours. I no longer have my second job. All of my savings is gone since my dad passing, and I am struggling. I am struggling to pay my bills. But then I also, like, I got a credit card just around the time, and I know I have really poor spending habits. One of the things that I always do, like, when I'm not feeling great is, like, I overspend. I buy myself, like, any, like, little thing, because I need a dopamine hit. I need something that's going to give me some, like, bit of joy, because I don't feel it anymore. I don't always feel happy when I'm spending time with my loved ones, because I feel like I need to be doing something else. I need to be saying something different. I need to be behaving in a different way in order for people to like be okay with being around me, because every day I'm just like, I'm not who I was before, and I feel like people need me to be that person, to be that like, yeah, I'll organize this thing, or yeah, I'll put together this thing, yeah, I'll do all the, like, I feel like everyone needs me to be a lot more, like, put together than I feel right now. And so whenever I'm around people, I just feel guilty. I feel like I need to be doing something else to make other people feel more comfortable being around me. And I know saying it out loud, like, I know a lot of my friends are just like, no, Janae, like, come as you are or whatever. But, like, I genuinely, I don't feel like I'm it for anybody right now. And I've been drinking a lot more, like heavily, like damn near every day I'm drinking, and I know why, like I completely like it's because I feel like I need to keep like performing and like showing up in ways that like I don't always have it. And I don't always like know, like, do I not have it, or do I don't want to let people down. I don't want to disappoint, and I feel like that's all I'm doing. I don't have the money to buy graduation gifts. I have my friends who just had a wedding, and I wish I could get them wedding gifts, and I owe somebody money for like helping, like a commission. Like, I feel like there's so many like things that are just stacking up, and I am really in a place that I feel numb, and I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I'm so like incredibly short on rent, and I have no idea how I'm making the money back, and I know that I should like go to work and like work extra hours and whatever. I don't want to. I don't want to be around anybody. Everything just feels icky. But I also like, I don't want people to feel like, because it's not you, it's me. It's and I don't know if there's going to, I don't know how to come to a point where I feel like okay and normal, and like I can be like active again. And I just don't have like all the words. This is just, I'm gonna just like my little video diary of how many months has it been? March, April, May, June. Well, we just hit June. It's almost 3 months. I don't know why, but March to June, I feel like there's more months in between that. March, May, June. Like, I feel like there needs to be more here. Anyways, because time is moving so slow, and I just don't feel grounded. I don't like being anywhere. I don't like. There's like no place that I feel comfortable. My room is a mess, and it's always a mess. And I feel uncomfortable in my skin. I don't like how my body looks, and I'm like, oh yeah, it will be really good for me to go to the gym more often and exercise. Like, I want to be doing, like, I'm trying to work on writing my book, and then I'm also like, oh my, maybe you're just doing too much. Maybe you should slow down and, like, take it easy and just do like regular day-to-day things. But then I'm like, okay, but like, how long am I going to be working at this job that's not paying me the way that I need to get paid? Because I do need to making more money, but I also need to be less interactive. Like, I know genuinely I need to be like less in everyone's face. I need to figure out what a solution is, but I don't know what it is. So, moral of the story, grief is weird. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel overwhelmed every day, and I have no solution to this story. I just really wanted to say how I feel. Oh, and I also don't have therapy anymore because my therapist had to switch practices and doesn't take my insurance, and I don't have insurance for my job because around the time that I had to apply for that insurance, I think I was going through so much. Earlier this year was just like a mess. So now I don't have insurance in order for me to have the therapy that I was having. And yeah, now I have to figure out a way for me to get a therapist that's actually like good and can help my mental health. I want a therapist that's good for like PTSD, grief, trauma, like that kind of thing. But I have to do the research, and I have to do so much work all the time. I'm tired. I want everything to be like handed to me. Like, I want someone to just pay all my bills for like the next couple months. But I have to keep working, and I'm exhausted. I just feel uncomfortable every day. And I hate it. And I don't know how to make it better. Yeah, and I feel like I'm just letting everyone down. But at least I have Doctor Who. So, I'm gonna watch an episode. And that is 2.5 months grieving the loss of my dad.